Hello everybody, and welcome to the Hunter Gatherer channel. And today I'm going to do a video on, I've had a couple of requests on why I haven't done a one stick presentation, climbing presentation. So here I am, I got this nice maple tree here up on my dad's property, upstate New York, and it's a pretty, it looks like a utility pole. There's no branches off it or anything, and it's a pretty easy one to climb. I wouldn't hunt for something like this personally because it's wide open all around. So I would want at least something with a backdrop, or maybe something with some branches up when you get up to hunting height. So now that the dogs have walked off, I can go ahead and climb. So this is my one stick. It's a Hawk Helium that I modified with a cam cleat, and I did a whole series on building this. So if you're looking to build one, check out my channel. And it's got a 2-step aider. Somebody asked me if I would have went with a 3-step. I think the only time I would use the 3rd step is on initial climb, and then it's just going to be kind of in the way. That's the way I felt about it anyways, because when I get it up to as high as I can reach, my bottom step is pretty much right at my foot. So I've got my harness on, I've got my platform on my backside. That's kind of where I hook it on this little loop that I did with some 550 cord. So the first thing I do is I find my tree, and I'm going to put this about as high as I can reach right off the bat. You got to be mindful, you got to be able to get your foot in that step, but when you pull this down to tighten it up, it's going to come down a little bit. Sometimes we'll even use my head to hold it. Get it up there. Get it cammed in. There we go. Now I've got my Canyon Elite. I've got my Mad Rock Safeguard, and I got about 6 feet between them. I'm going to hook this right on my bridge, which I kind of have stowed away in hiking mode. And I like my carabiner to aim up. So that way if you bump it, it's not going to, you got all your weight on it, it's not going to pop out. So that's that. I'm just going to throw this over my shoulder. And then we're going to start climbing. So I get my foot up into the first loop, and I get my toe to the tree. If you don't put your toe in the tree, your foot's going to kick way out either way. So you want to get right into it. Your rope wrapped around the tree, and get that tightened right up. So the first thing I want to show you is that I've seen a lot of videos, and I've done it myself, where you let go of this and it can start falling right down the tree. It's not doing you any good. And there's a lot of different things out there. I haven't ordered any yet. They've got some different 3D printed things that will hook right here and hook to your rope. I've been looking at them. I think I might be making a purchase, but right now I have this Night Eyes gear tie, and I just wrap it around like 1.5 times, and it holds it in place for you. No more slipping down the tree. As you're one sticking, every time you move or every time you take a step, you need to move your rope up. You may notice that it just kind of wants to dangle back down, and it's kind of annoying. It doesn't always, you get a good girth hitch on it and you let go, and the weight of this sometimes will just kind of drop back down and just isn't doing it. It falls down like that. So I have this gear tie right here, and you just put a loop around it, and it kind of holds it in place. Works pretty good, but it can get annoying every time having to wrap that around. I just ordered an OHM product that clips over your rope, and you just push it up to your quick link. It has a piece of am steel that'll hook back and girth hitch onto my rope here, and I'll be able to hook my lowering line to it, so I can it'll pop off here, and I can pull my rope down with it. I don't have it here yet. If you want to see it in action, maybe I'll do a quick video on that when I get it in. But I want to show you one other way that can help you with this. So what I did is I just put a second loop in my rope. So as you lift up and then you pull it, that second piece of rope is just putting a little bit of friction on there and allows it to stay put a little bit better. Just pull it down, and then as you're done, when you get done climbing and get up to your top, then you can go ahead and wrap this in to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. But that just keeps it from having to be wrapped every move, because it gives it a little extra bite on your quick link. The one issue that you might have with this is that when it's time to rappel down and then pull your rope down, you hook your lowering line in on this side of the knot, and you disconnect your gear tie. The thing is, when you're pulling that down, you're fighting against two pieces of rope. It'll come, but it'll have just a little bit more tension or a little more friction there, so it might be a little bit more difficult. So now I've gotten in place. Get right up on the top here and sit down into it. Let's get this a little bit more. Sit down into it and kind of to the side. I'm gonna reach down with my foot and pull up and grab this gear tie. And I don't know if you noticed, but I put my rope above that last step so I can grab onto it and pull it out. I'm going to bring it back over my head, push myself out, and put this right under my rope, as high as I can get it. And then I'm going to sit down in my harness, and that rope's going to kind of hold it in place. Then I'm going to take my am steel full berry am steel that I built, wrap it around, hook it into the cam, up over again, and jam it into place, and I'm right there for my step. If I can get my foot in it. These are not the boots that I hunt in. These are just my casual shoes. So get that toe into the tree, get the next one. Now I'm going to want to unloop this gear tie so I can start pushing my rope up again. This is my third move. Well, third, would you call it third move? Second move. Anyway, it's my third time hooking to the tree. I'm gonna do one more, get up above this knot here, and then hook my predator platform in and simulate being ready to hunt. And you can see, you pull that down, my foot is right at that hole. I mean, you gotta lift your leg up a little bit, but this isn't really taking any energy. It's not like climbing a rope that's gonna kick your butt. This is just taking some steps. These steps are 17 inches apart, as well as these ones are, so it's a consistent step distance. And I'm not really using any energy except for the amount of energy it takes to reach down, maybe a little bit of ab work or something. Anyhow, let's get up this last set of steps and get the platform out and see what it looks like. When I get my platform off, if you have an extendable bridge, you want to get that open and get it set for your so you're comfortable. And once again, I'm using the safeguard. If you want to go ahead and put that stopper knot in, now's the time to do that. Got your stopper knot in, you're ready for the hunt. You work your way around whichever direction you're shooting. If you like to see, you can roll your hips like this, get that shot from behind you all the way across. And sometimes you either flip around like so. I like to stand up for the weak side shot. And some people like to get under the rope on their weak side shot so they can lean into it. But this is me at hunting height. I mean, I feel like I'm 25, maybe 27 feet. When I'm all done with my hunt, over on my right pouch, I have my bow and gear hoist all figure-eighted. I'm gonna disconnect it, unroll, and I'm gonna hook this little carabiner on the other side of my scaffold knot. Then I'll just drop this down, and I'm only like 8 feet off the ground right now, so it doesn't give you the great view of it just unraveling all the way 40 feet down the tree. But just drop this down the tree. Obviously, if I have my bow and my backpack or whatever up on the tree, I'm going to lower that down with the hoist line. Make sure that's hooked up. And then I'm going to loosen that gear tie. Then I'm going to stand up, loosen this prusik knot, and give me some slack in my rope. And I like this bridge to be as tight as I can get it, so I'm not reaching way away from me to grab that safeguard. So it's like so. Get it right in the center there. And then I'm ready to rappel. So I grab the 40 feet of Canyon Elite rope that's over here in this right dump pouch. And it's all figure-eighted in here as well. I've been looking at one of those roll pouches, considering pulling the trigger on it, just haven't yet. Then I'm just going to throw this out of the tree as well. And I usually keep this on the right side of me, so I'm not getting wrapped up in the rope. All the way down the tree it goes. And then in the bottom of my pouch, I have this single leather glove. And this glove is for my brake hand. So I'll hold it out to the side or even behind my back to give it a little bit more tension. And you're gonna pull this lever up, which releases the bite, and you're just gonna let the rope go. Then I'm going to release myself down just a little bit. Enough to get to my platform. Hook that into my little 550 cord on my back. And I'm going to come down just a little more. Get my stick, and either A, you can just drop this to the ground. I do have a piece of 550 cord here that when I used to use 3 or 4 sticks, I would hook it onto me, like so. So it depends on if you've got a deer that bedded down near you at night, or something that went by, or during the day that bedded down and you want to get out of here, or you have to get out of here, maybe not drop it down. But you can just drop your stick to the ground if you want to. And then get ready and maybe push your feet off the tree if you want to. Work your way down the tree. Once you're at the bottom of the tree, I like to try to pack everything up so I'm ready for the next hunt. Get ready for the next time I'm going to be looking for stuff. Try to keep everything in the same pouch every time so you can find it. So when I get to the bottom, I'm going to take the carabiner off completely. Take the safeguard off. So we have your bow dropping rope, which I want to put a knot in so I know how high we were. You have your bow hoist rope, and you have your rappel rope. You're going to take this rope, and I'm just going to yank it to the left and open that rope up, and it should drop right down. Now everything's down, and you can start preparing for the next hunt. I'll take that and I'll close it right onto this loop over here, lineman loop. And I'll take this rope and I'll make sure this is down all the way. I'll drop it through here, back up through here, and bring this over top. And I'm going to hook my carabiner into it right away. And I'll have that about, I don't know, 8 feet or so. A little bit more. Find the end of your rope and start figure eighting. There we go. Bring it off your arm. Drop it right into your dump pouch. Your gloves in the bottom, because you're not going to need that until you drop your rope out. Shove it all down in the pouch, along with this and the rest of your rope. 6, 12, 18, 24. So that knot was just about 30 feet. Maybe a little, maybe 29. That's how I use my one stick. It's not really hard, but you got to make sure you're being safe and methodical. You want to make sure everything is connected properly. You want to follow the manufacturer's guidelines. If you want to go against them, some people use smaller than 9mm rope with their safeguards. They say it works. 8mm, sometimes smaller. I've got a 9mm, so, but I still want to make sure, maybe tie that stopper knot on there, or do things like that that are just going to help build your confidence that your equipment's going to do what it needs to. Make sure you inspect your ropes, make sure you inspect your gear before you hunt, and practice with it, and just feel confident before you go up in the tree with it on a hunt. You don't want to screw up your first hunt in your gear because you were too afraid to draw your bow back, or whatever the cause or the reason. That's ready to go. It's in the pouch. Then you just pack up the rest of your gear and head out. One sticking. That's how I do it. Let me know in the comments below if you one stick, if you tried it yet. If you do, what would you do differently than I did? Maybe give some other pointers. We can all use some pointers once in a while. If you've never done it, do you think you'll ever try it? And if you have any other questions that I can maybe help out with, I'll do my best. I like it. I think it works well. The biggest thing for me is that rappelling at the end. If it's dark out, I don't want to miss a step on my way down and have it be the last step that I ever miss, or get really hurt. Just being able to rappel down, just toss your stuff down if you need to, and not have to worry about looking below where your rope is, where everything is. You know you're gonna just come down that rope, and that's the one major piece of it for me. It's kind of just sets your mind at ease knowing that you don't have a slippery whatever descent. So that's one of the main reasons I like it. Anyway, that's going to be it. Hey, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. If you'd hit that like and subscribe button, that'd be amazing. If you are a subscriber already, thanks for swinging by and checking out another video. It's really helping out build the channel. I really enjoy doing this, and the more subscribers and the more viewers and the more comments helps just to spur me on even more. So hopefully you guys are going to have a great fall this year, great opportunities in the woods, and let us know if you get something or any of that stuff. We'd love to build a relationship with everybody. So just want to let you know that we love you, God loves you, and we'll see you on the next one. Happy hunting, maybe happy one sticking, and good luck out there, and stay safe.